In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen. As we say, I've always wondered why that hymn, which happens to be one of my favorites, is not in the Christmas section. It's a wonderful hymn. Today's epistle lesson from Philippians tells us about a couple of things that are very important to us as we now complete our Advent journey and prepare for the nativity of our Lord. Two themes, peace and joy. I dare say that one of the problems facing many people in the world today is that of peace. Notwithstanding the fact that there seem to be wars cropping up all over the place, many people simply cannot find peace within themselves. Peace with some other person or peace with God, for that matter. And yet, if you cannot solve the peace problem, it goes without saying that there's really not going to be very much in the way of rejoicing without peace. There is no real joy. It's a cute story about an old Kentucky mountaineer who was fighting overseas in World War II and kept getting nagging letters from his wife back home. And he was too busy fighting to write letters, even to his wife, and at last, angered by his wife's scolding letters, he sat down and wrote her, "Dear Nancy," he said, "I've been getting your nagging letters all along. Now I want to tell you I'm tired of them. For the first time in my life I've been fighting in a big war and I want to enjoy it in peace as long as it lasts." No, peace can sometimes be elusive. Paul tells us today in his letter to the Philippians that the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, will keep our hearts and minds through Jesus Christ. And in those surrounding verses, he talks to us about peace from within, peace with one another, and peace with God. And I can assure you of this much, that you will not find peace within yourself by joining the armed forces or by seeking other physical diversions. Peace of any kind will never be a reality unless God is a part of the peacemaking process. As a matter of fact, Paul tells us in verses 4 and 5 of today's gospel, he said, "Rejoice in the Lord always, and let your moderation," in other words, your gentleness, "be known unto all men." When we do that, all of those difficulties in our life seem to take a lower station. And it becomes a reason to rejoice. When we do have difficulties, we can be assured that God is there with us. That in itself should be reason enough to rejoice. As Christians, we're supposed to manifest a certain calmness, a fairness of spirit. The Scriptures remind us time and again, if we have problems, take them to God. And that why, my friends, is why so many people have peace problems. They simply don't know or don't know enough to share those burdens or whatever it is that's causing them not to have peace in their life, to go to God in prayer and follow His guidance. The Scriptures remind us time and time again, if we have problems, take them to God. So Paul reminds us of that very thing once again. Be anxious for nothing, he said. In all things, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your request be known to God. And I said earlier, peace within is elusive to many people. One of the greatest obstacles to inner peace is worry. I read somewhere not too long ago that worry is the Christian's most popular sin, primarily because we don't even try to hide it in most cases. Worry is so common in our lives that we are not the least bit ashamed of it. And that, my friends, is contrary to biblical teaching. All of us, I know, have the propensity to worry about certain things. I mean, we worry about our children. Are they safe? Are they secure? We worry about our friends and their well-being, if they're well or sick. We worry about a nation, especially today with all the things that are going on in America. We worry about terrorists. We worry, always worrying about something, it seems. But when we let those feelings intimidate us, cause us so much concern that they become a ruling influence in our lives, then we have a problem. Now, the Holy Scriptures speak to us about peace in many, many places. Proverbs, that wonderful old book of advice, and Proverbs 12:25 says, anxiety in the heart of man causes depression, but a good word makes it glad. Both Luke and Matthew record in great deal Jesus' teachings about worry and anxiety. Don't worry about your life, we're told. Don't worry about what you're going to eat or drink or wear. Don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow has enough worry about its own things. If God's people could only learn to live one day at a time, the mental health of our universe would improve dramatically. And then this issue of making peace with other people. I've known so many families torn apart because they simply can't have peace within their own family. There's some little thing that bugs somebody that just tears the whole family apart. You know, a lot of people go through life this way. They're captives for some reason, from some little act of unkindness or something that gets, puts a burr under their saddle, and they just can't have peace with somebody or some member of their family or whatever. There are men and women who live secret lives of hate for one another. There are family members who let some obscure incident prohibit them from loving one another, in some cases not even speaking to one another. This is supposed to be a season of peace. There's some people who even despise the person they work for. I don't know if you ever watched the program Undercover Boss on television, like that. Yeah, come to the fact there are good bosses and bad bosses. But those bosses who really appreciate what their folks do for them. And it's amazing to me to see how many people really like their boss. I've had a few bosses I didn't particularly care for, but not to the point of hating, I don't think. Some people can't stand their neighbor for whatever reason. I know I've had some funky neighbors in the past. Never to the point of hating them. I don't think I've ever, think about that for a minute. I don't think I've ever gone to my gun cabinet. I don't think. Some people just have a spiteful fixation about someone in their life that will not allow them to live peacefully and in harmony with the world. And so they live their lives in misery and frustration. And sometimes there are things that happen in churches as well, when supposedly someone who professes to be a loving Christian decides that their own self-interests are more important than the message of Jesus Christ. We've seen that happen in our own church from time to time. But we simply can't let issues such as that become rulers of the way that we live out our lives. We have to remember that when a problem or problems come up, they have to be confronted. You can only ignore problems for so long. There comes a time when you have to do something about it before it's too late. We have to find some way to use God's peace to resolve those situations, to guard our hearts, our minds, and our lives. Now let me caution you about a stumbling block that often hinders that process. When confronting problems and problem people, we must always be careful about letting the desire for revenge guide our efforts. A story about a despondent woman who was walking along the beach one day when she saw a bottle in the sand. She picked it up, pulled out the cork, whooshed, a big puff of smoke appeared. We You've released me from my prison, the genie told her. To show my thanks, I'm going to grant you 3 wishes. But take care, for with each wish, your mate will receive double what you request. Why, the woman asked, the bum left me for another woman. That's how it's written, replied the genie. Well, the woman shrugged and then asked for $1 million. There was a flash of light, $1 million appeared at her feet. At the same time, in a distant, far-off place, her wayward husband looked down to see twice the amount at his feet. And your second wish? Asked the genie. Genie said, I want the world's most expensive necklace. Another flash of light, and the woman's holding a precious diamond necklace, and in that distant place, her husband was looking for a gem broker to sell his latest bonus. Well, Jenny, the woman said, is it really true that my husband now has $2 million and more jewels than I do, and that he gets double of whatever I wish for? Jenny said, that was indeed true. Okay, Jenny, I'm ready for my last wish. The woman said, scare me half to death. Listen, if you want true and lasting peace within yourselves, you have to find peace with God. That's the solution. Paul tells us to do that in verses 8 and 9. He gives us a series of filters. Everything we see and hear needs to pass through those filters. And if they don't pass the test, they don't need to be in our hearts and minds. If it's not true, don't welcome it. If it's not noble, it's not right. If it's not pure or lovely or admirable or excellent or praiseworthy, then it does not have a place in your life. Those are the filters, the clarifiers that will sift out and purify those disturbing things in our life. So as we draw near now to this birth of our Savior, may I encourage you on this occasion, which was meant to bring peace and goodwill to all mankind, to seek your own peace. It's not there. Make peace with someone or something that's causing you great distress. Perhaps to seek peace with God, the God who loves you and cares for you only as He can. Jesus promised in John the 14th chapter, the 27th verse, this: His peace was unlike anything else in the world. My peace, He said, I give to you. Personal, special grant of peace. A peace that banishes all fear and dread from the heart. A peace that will guard your heart, your mind, and your life. My friends, if you can do that in that way, nothing in the world can take that away from you. Amen. Remember the word.